The public high school in Georgia, Villa Rica High School, had a mass baptism before a football game. Remember, public high school. So some civil rights groups came forward to remind them, you're not allowed to do that. Sorry. Doesn't matter what you think about it. That's unconstitutional. You can't do it. So Fox and Friends heard about this. They did a segment. And out of nowhere, it gets heated. Brian Kilmeade, one day of the year is his quota. He decided to make sense. And watch the back and forth at the very end here between Hasselbeck and Kilmeade, because there's like some underlying tension there. You're going to see it. Take a look.
Meanwhile, let's talk football.
Okay, so there's one coach right now who is coming under fire. The school is being investigated. An entire football team had a mass baptism, and one atheist group is now demanding action. The coach right here is in Georgia. He actually baptized right there himself, and then his team decided to follow him. It's First Baptist Villa Rica posted the video first. It was seen by a ton of people, and this right now is a cause of much critique from those who don't believe.
Man, I mean, I went back and as reviewing this. First of all, it was voluntary. It was done before practice.
It was.
A group called Freedom from Religion Foundation is challenging this. The Baptist Church, this coach was involved. I just went back and, read the First Amendment. It turns out that Congress shall make no law establishing it or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. When I see something like this, it's a beautiful expression of faith on a voluntary basis.
Well, the Freedom from Religion Foundation sent a letter to the Carroll County School District there with the Villa Rica High School's actions, calling them quite the opposite, demanding that some statement be made. It's interesting. When you're baptized, it is an act of will, right? Yeah. So you can't necessarily force someone to give their hearts. You must give your heart over to the Lord. And I bet many of those kids would not say that they were forced to do so. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, with a team that tells you to wear the same thing, show up and eat the same stuff, and make sure you show up at the same time and do everything together and prove that you're going to be part of a larger group. If the group decides to go and get baptized, to put your hand up and say, I'm going to go sit against the wall, is the beginning of maybe not being a part of the team. There could have been pressure there. Personally, I'm stunned that a football team would do something.
I mean,
like
football
this.
Teams pray all the time, though. So the other side of this is so many teams get together and pray before they go out there. I mean, I don't know an NFL team that Tim was on that didn't pray before they took the field, at least they wanted to.
How many got baptized?
There were about 18 baptized. I mean, that was the argument that the opposition was making, that there's peer pressure, but it sounds like it was voluntary. It was before practice. Yeah. This is part of a long religious tradition.
Rosters are way more deep than 18, so the majority of the team seems to have not been baptized if you go on numbers alone.
Right. I just think it's inappropriate. You could be the most fervent Christian. You're there to play sports, come together as a team. I don't think you should be getting baptized before or after an event.
But what argument are you going to make? Oh, no, my kid loves God and is going to love other people?
Well, you're playing football or you go in church?
Well, hey, viewers, let us know what you think. We're friends at foxnews.com.
Oh, shit. Did you catch Elisabeth Hasselbeck's face there? When Brian Kilmeade gets the last word in, she's like sitting there with the angry face, and then she has to put on the fake Fox News smile again real quick. She's like, you could tell that when they were prepping, actually, I don't know if this is true because I have no clue if they fucking do prep at all. They might just read from the teleprompters. But if they had spoken about this beforehand, Kilmeade definitely was like, I don't know if I like this one. This one might go a little too far. And Hasselbeck was like, war on Christians! Christian persecution! It's so amazing how they get to force Christianity down everybody else's throat. And then if you dare to make a slight little peep of disagreement, Brian Kilmeade, who's just hugely on the side of right-wing causes and Christianity and all that stuff, just a tiny little peep of disagreement, and they're like, oh, traitor! How dare you! I mean, they want to turn every single thing in society into a bastion of Christendom. I mean, that's what it is. We're talking about a public high school before a football game, and they want to do a baptism ceremony? That's ludicrous. I mean, imagine for a second that that non-religious people just said, hey, we're going to do an atheistic ceremony beforehand. Before we play, we all get together in a classroom inside the school, and we watch clips of Richard Dawkins debating people. It's a team exercise. Hey, if you want to back out, it's totally cool, but you probably should come because a lot of us are going to be there, and it's, we're team guys, you know what I'm saying? You might want to work together here. What would the response be? Imagine how they'd speak about that on Fox News. What would Elisabeth Hasselbeck say if they were like, oh my God, they're shoving atheist propaganda down their throats. This is a public school. They should be neutral. What's wrong with them? Imagine it was a Muslim prayer session. No big deal, guys. I know we're a public school and stuff, but before the football game, everybody just come on over a little earlier, and we got some prayer rugs here. You wash your feet, and we'll say our prayers together, Muslim prayers, of course. An imam will be there with us, and then we play football. Now, if you don't want to join, it's fine. It's optional, but I'm just saying you should probably come because we're a team, and teams do things together, and then we're going to play the game, and it's good for building morale together. How would she respond? You know how she'd... Sharia law has taken over America. You know that's what would happen. 100%. No question about it. So, I mean, I guess this is the first time I'll ever say this. Probably the last time. Credit to Brian Kilmeade for somewhat disagreeing with the idiots there. But it shows you how far gone somebody like Hasselbeck is, because you heard her at the end. She's like, what are you going to do? Get mad because your kid loves God and wants to help people? Right, because that's what out of your love of God, that's what happens too, Elisabeth, right? That's why you've always argued for immigration reform, because you want to treat people good, you want to help people. So when people come in this country, you don't say, let's kick them out. What you say is, hey, let's give them jobs, let's give them a social safety net, let's give them $15 an hour. That's what you say, right? Again, you said my love of God leads me to help people. Okay, so you want to raise the minimum wage, right? You want universal health care for everybody because they're all God's children. You got to help people, you got to treat them right. You want to not do unnecessary wars and kill people for no goddamn reason because your love of God leads you to help people. Is that correct? Your arguments are so ridiculous that at face value, I reject them. And on top of it, you're clearly a hypocrite.